Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are keeping fine. Today, let us go to another comprehension passage in specimen paper 3. In the previous class, we had discussed specimen paper 2. I expect that all of you complete it in time. So, let's start. Read the passage given below and answer the questions A, B, C that follow. Rudolf Steiner was a salesman in a piano store and a true adventurer. Few were the evenings on which he did not go forth in search of the unexpected. Sometimes his willingness to tempt fate led him into strange paths. One evening during his walk, he saw a guard discreetly distributing cards to the passing crowd. The guard slipped one card into Rudolph's hand. When Rudolph had traveled a few yards, he glanced at the card indifferently. One side of the card was blank, on the other was written in ink 3 words, "The Green Door." And then Rudolph saw 3 steps in front of him. A man threw down the card the guard had given him. Rudolph picked it up. It had the dentist's name and address. Standing aside from the rush, Rudolph made a rapid estimate of the building in which he conceived that his adventure must lie. After concluding his survey, Rudolph walked briskly up the high flight of steps to the house with a green door and knocked against it. The door opened and a girl not yet 20 stood there, white-faced and tottering. She loosed the knob and swayed weakly, groping with one hand. Rudolph caught her and laid her on a bed. He took a swift glance around the room, and extreme poverty was the story that he read. But for Rudolph, her face was the one missing from his heart's gallery. The girl looked at him calmly and then smiled. "Fainted, didn't I?" she asked. "Well, who wouldn't? You try going without anything to eat for 3 days and see." Rudolph, jumping up, said, "Wait till I come back." He rushed down the stairs, and in 20 minutes he was back. On the table he laid bread and butter, cold meats, cakes, pies, a roasted chicken, and a bottle of milk. He poured the cup full of milk. "Drink that first," he ordered, "and then you shall have some cake and then a chicken wing." She began to eat with a sort of dainty ferocity like some starved wild animal. But gradually, with the return of strength and comfort, she began to tell him her little story. It was one of 1,000 such as the city yawns at every day. The shop girl's story of insufficient wages, further reduced by fines, of time lost through illness, and then of lost possessions and lost hope. "I am awfully sleepy," she said. "Good night." "A long night's sleep will be fine for you," he said. Before Rudolph left, she asked, "How did you come to knock at my door?" He looked at her for a moment and decided that she must never know the truth. "One of our piano tuners lives in this building," he said. "I knocked at your door by mistake." The guard was still there. Rudolph confronted him and asked, "Will you tell me why you gave me these cards and what they mean?" "There it is. the guard said, pointing down the street. Looking the way he pointed, Rudolph saw above the entrance to the theater the blazing electric sign of its new play, The Green Door. The agent who represents it presented me with $1 to distribute a few of these cards along with the dentist, said the guard. Surprised, Rudolph said, all the same, I believe it was the hand of fate that dogged out the way for me to find her. So I hope all of you have understood the passage. So what are the important aspects, parts of the story? So in the story we find there is a protagonist named Rudolf Steiner. So the protagonist, so what was he? So in the very first paragraph we find what was he doing? He was a salesman in a piano shop, piano store. And along with that we find it is told he was salesman of a shop, piano shop, and he was a true adventurer. Okay, he was also an adventurer. What is his nature? His nature is that he had passion for adventure. He had a great passion for adventure, and every evening he goes out in search of adventure. He wants to get the experience of the unexpected. So, what happens in his life suddenly? So, we know as he was going one day evening, going for the walk, expecting the unexpected or adventure. So, he finds a guard, okay, distributing different cards, and he also gets one card, okay, which he did not give much attention in the beginning. Later when he glances, he finds something is written there. What was that? The Green Door. It was written on one side of the card, the Green Door, which made him think that he is going to get something, going to have some new experience. So he wanted to search and find out. And in front of him, he found a building with a green door. He thought that there is something unexpected there, and he goes forward towards the new building. So there he meets somebody. Okay, that is a turning point here. So he meets a girl. Whom does he meet? He meets a girl. Okay, when he goes there near the door and knocks, the door was opened and a girl comes out. Okay, and we have descriptions of the girl. She was totally exhausted, tired, because she was not eating food for 3 days. So in paragraph 5 we find the condition of the girl. Such kind of words are used: tottering, swayed weakly, groping. So all these shows, and her own words tell us that she was undergoing famine, poverty for some days. She was not eating anything. And finally, when he understands that she was undergoing such kind of situation in life, she was not eating anything for some days. So he is ready to bring all the necessary food items, materials, food, delicious things for her. So paragraph 5 also shows his love for the girl. That is also unexpected, so suddenly. So seeing the condition of the girl, he has got a special affection for the girl. And finally later at the end we understand how fate plays a role. FAT, fate plays a role, in this case. In the words of Rudolph itself, at the end he speaks, Rudolph saying, all the same I believe it was the hand of fate that dogged out the way for me to find her. Fate, dogged, means fate is finding, figuring out something. So If it had not happened, okay, he would have never found out the girl in such a condition and she would have died. Now here he finds out her unexpectedly because of his passion for adventure, and that becomes life saving, and his love for the girl, that is also hinted out. So we get the inference about his interest or his affection for the girl. Now let us go to the questions. Question A. First question. Given below are 4 words or phrases. Find the words which have a similar meaning in the passage. We are given with these 4 words: tactfully, imagined, walking with unsteady steps, finding something by feeling with one's hands. So the words which have similar meaning, so you have in the very first paragraphs 1 and 2, you can find the similar meanings. So first word is tactfully. You find it in the second paragraph. You find it in the second paragraph. One evening during his walk, he saw a guard discreetly distributing. So the word is discreetly. So tactfully is discreetly in paragraph 2. The next word is imagined. So where do you find the a synonymous word with the same meaning? You can find in paragraph 4, the second line, which he conceived. So imagined is conceived. Paragraph 4. So it is paragraph 4, which he conceived. Conceived is the word. So next one is walking with unsteady steps. So walking with unsteady steps in paragraph 5, the door opened and a girl not yet 20 stood there, white-faced and tottering. Tottering is the word that gives the meaning, similar meaning, walking with unsteady steps. So tottering, that means walking with unsteady steps. And fourth one is finding something by feeling with one's hands. So here in the next line, paragraph 5, in the second line, she loosed the knob and swayed weakly, groping with one hand. Groping. What is groping? Groping is finding something by feeling with one's hands. So we have found out all the 4 words. Okay. Words which have a similar meaning. So going to the second part. Second part, we know that. So we have to write sentences here at least 10 words using the same word given, unchanged in form. You cannot make any change in the form of the word. But we know that we have to give a different meaning from, okay, and we know that you have to write a sentence in 10 words in the different meaning without changing the form. The first word is store. In line 1 you find the word store. Rudolf Steiner was a salesman in a piano store. What will be the meaning of store here? It is a shop. The store here means a shop. So here piano store. It means a shop for the pianos, selling the pianos. So there are other words which have the there are other meanings for the word store. Okay, you can think of some of the different meanings. Okay, one meaning for the word store is, here it is used as a noun. So there is a verb store. We say store something, store grain in the winter time. A store used as a verb. We can use the word store as a verb. Store something. Okay, in the rainy season, in the winter season. There is also store used as computer memory. Okay, you may be knowing it. So there is another meaning for store. Store means in ready. So you can see one sentence. What surprise do you have in store for me? You ask someone, what surprise do you have in store for me? Okay, in store means they are ready. Okay, so such kind of meanings you can take, such kind of different meanings. Okay, without changing the word, make sentences. Now the next word is lie. So it's a very common word for us. So in line number 11, you have the word lie. See, Rudolph made a rapid estimate of the building in which he conceived that his adventure must lie. So what is the meaning of lie here in the sentence? Here lie means that which exists, that which is there. He finds a second sentence we see. So he thinks that his adventure lies. Okay, there is some adventure. There exists some adventure here. There is some adventure here. So in the sense of exist or is, in that sense, the word lie is given in the textbook. So what are the other meanings of this word lie? So we can see different meanings, like have a reclining position. So instead of standing, we lie. A reclining position. So lie down till you feel better. So lie down till you feel better. So mean a reclining position. We use the word lie for falsehood, telling a lie. Okay, don't lie to your parents. Such kind of sentences can be made. Okay, you can make your own sentences. Okay, so it should not be lesser than 10 words. The next word is back. In line number 21 you find it. In line 21. So wait till I come back. Wait till I come back. So what is the contextual meaning of this word back? Here it means coming back to a former position. Okay, coming back to a former position. You come back to the place where you are. Back, a motion, movement. Then there are other meanings for the word back. So we know that back, for a body part, we can use back. His back was aching due to a fall or something. Okay, his back, B-A-C-K, back was paining, aching. Then we can use it in the sense of rear side, back side, rear side. Here a sentence I will tell. He wrote the date on the back of the photograph, particular photograph. He wrote something on the back of it. So that means the rear side of something, back side, on the other side. Okay, then there are more meanings. Like we say in football, in the game of football, we say, okay, forward and back. Back in the game football. Then when you say back somebody, I back him, means you support somebody. Back can be used in the sense of supporting somebody, back somebody. So these are the different meanings. So make correct sentences using this word back. Next word is called. In line number 23 you find it, called. So called is used here. So on the table he laid bread and butter, called meats. So you see here as an adjective. Cold here means that which is very cold, opposite to hot. So coldness, opposite to hot. Some other meanings of cold. It can mean to describe the character of a person. When you say a cold person, a person who doesn't have love, affection, a very rigid person, a cold person. There it doesn't mean opposite to hot. Here it is about his nature, about his character. Another meaning of cold is dead, D-E-A-D. Okay, lie cold in one's grave. We may say, lie cold in one's, a person is lying on his grave, lie cold. Okay, then there is the sickness, or okay, we say the common cold. Okay, common cold, that sickness that we get. These are all different meanings we can get through by using the same word cold. Okay, each of these words have different meanings, and we have discussed the different meanings. Now make sentences. Now further we go to the questions part. Question B. Answer the following questions in your own words as briefly as possible. What is the first question? Who was Rudolf Steiner? What was his passion? So the first part, in the first paragraph, first line, Rudolf Steiner was a salesman in a piano store and a true adventurer. So who was he? So he was a salesman in a piano store and a true adventurer. And what was his passion? Passion for adventure. In the next line also we find the same idea. His passion was going every evening in search of something unexpected or something adventurous. The first part of the passage we find the answer. Second question. What did Rudolf look at the card indifferently? What did he decide after looking at the card? See, the first question is here. The first question is, why did Rudolf look at the card indifferently? The answer is, we have to infer from the context, from the given ideas. So we can take it in the sense of, he did not expect anything interesting or adventurous. He did not find anything interesting or adventurous in the card. He just took it as a very casual thing. He did not pay any attention because there was nothing adventurous there. So that is why in the beginning he did not pay any attention. But later we find that in paragraph 3 and 4 we find some ideas as he was moving forward. Okay, so he just glances, he just looks at that, and on one side nothing was there, on the other side he finds something was written. The green door. What was written there? The green door. So that made him think that there is something hidden and adventurous, okay, for him to do. Okay, in the building that is ahead of him. Okay, there was a building ahead of him with a green door, and he connected what was written there on the card, the idea written on the card, the green door. He connects that with the green door of the building. So he moves forward to that, thinking that there is something adventurous, unexpected there. So you can answer it. Third question is, what did the girl tell Rudolf about herself? Okay, so in the paragraph 6, we find the girl looked at him calmly and then smiled. Fainted, didn't I? She asked. Well, who wouldn't? You try going without anything to eat for 3 days and see. So one idea that he gets from her is that she had not eaten anything for the last 3 days. Okay. At first she told him this idea that she had not eaten anything for the last 3 days. That was the reason for his fatigueness, tiredness. Then more things are told there in paragraph 9. You find second line. She began to tell him her little story. It was one of 1,000 such as the city owns such every day. Now the important part of the answer. The shop girl's story of insufficient wages, further reduced by fines of time lost through illness, and then of lost possessions and lost hopes. So these ideas, the shop girl's story of insufficient wages is her own story. Story of many others too. Okay. So then fines due to the absence and lost possession. Okay. When you are not present in the shop for some days, you are losing your possessions. Okay. And you are not going to get any any advantage. Okay, once you are not continuing in a shop continuously, or when you are not doing a job continuously, you are not going to get any incentives. Okay, and lost hope because of the sickness and problems. Okay, she lost hope. So this is the part of answer. In paragraph 5, paragraph 6 and 9. In paragraph 6 and 9, you get the answer. In 6, she speaks about her present situation without eating for 3 days. And in paragraph 9, she speaks about her condition, her story, the shop girl, story of insufficient wages, etc. that you find there in the paragraph. Now coming to the next question. Fourth question. Rudolph did not want the girl to know the truth about his knocking at the door. Why? Do you find any answer directly given there in the passage? No. So this is a question where we have to infer the answer. We'll have to read between the lines and understand. Based on the text we have to understand. So there are 2 areas for this answer. So first thing is that he doesn't know what she will think about him. He may be thinking that what she will be thinking about him if he tells her about his eccentric nature. What is his eccentric nature? That is his love for going for the unexpected or adventurous. What another person will think when you say that you simply go out in search of adventure. Okay, or something unexpected you expect. Okay, so that may be considered something foolish behavior by others when they come to know that. So that might have made him hesitant or not tell her. Okay, question is that Rudolph did not want the girl to know the truth because he did not want the girl to think that he is foolish, he is such an eccentric person. And another thing is that also he might have believed that it was the hand of fate. What happened there was the hand of fate that docked out the way for him. At the end of the passage you find it. Okay, last part. At the end you find here in paragraph 15, I believe it was a hand of fate that docked out the way for me to find her. So he thought that it was the hand of fate. Okay, he believed that. So he did not want to tell her the reason he has. So this may be, so we are inferring the answers here based on the ideas of the passage. Now coming to the question C. C is summary, which we write, usually we write the rough work first and we make it into 100 words. So you know how to do it. So what is the question? Describe how fate helped Rudolph to find his lady love in not more than 100 words. So you can use paragraph 5 to 11. Okay, in 5 to 11, in the first paragraph, what do you find? The door opened and a girl not yet 20 stood there, white-faced and tottering. So just we can introduce the topic, the story. So what we can add before this paragraph is passion for going out for the unexpected. Just before you start the paragraph 5 or getting ideas from paragraph 5, just give an introduction there. That is his passion for going out. So Rudolf Steiner's passion for going out in search of something unexpected, or he wants to experience unexpected in his life every day. That can be written as the first sentence. Then based on the paragraphs 5 to 11, the other important points there are: one evening, okay, he is going out. During his walk, he saw a guard distributing cards. While he was walking, he saw a guard was distributing cards, and he too goes there and get one card from the God. Though he was very indifferent to that, another point, though he was very indifferent to all this, later when he glances through that, he gets something interesting. Okay, suddenly he gets an interest. He thinks there is something to be decoded there, something to be understood there. There is something hidden, something to be. There is something good there for experiencing. He thinks. Okay, when he sees the card, okay, he thinks there is something okay behind it, because it was written there the green door, and he finds a house with a green door. Okay, as he thinks there is something adventurous lying in the building in front of him, he is moving forward towards that. Okay, then what happened? So as he proceeded. Okay, he goes to the house with the green door. So when he understands, or when he thinks that there is something hidden or mysterious or adventurous there, he is moving to the green door, to the building where there is a green door, and he knocks at the door. He knocks, okay, at the door, and we know what happens there at the end of the story. The girl, when he knocks at the door, the girl opens the door. What was her condition? She was so tiresome, very tired, fatigued, okay, because she was not eating food for last 3 days. So exhausted she was, and he gives. You need not elaborate there. So you can. She opens the door, and he meets her and gives her everything everything needed for her food. He brings so soon. So that can be summarized. At the end, we see that due to his knocking, she opens the door, and when the door was opened, the girl comes out, and the meeting between Rudolph and the girl, and his affection for the girl can be hinted. So the important ideas, introducing the topic, the keyword is helping. What is helping? Fate. Not that it is a coincidence. It is not that knowingly and willingly somebody is doing that. Okay, everything happens by coincidence. Fate decides. Okay, so fates help Rudolph to find the lady love. So he moves to the green door, and he meets her whom he later loves. So this can be summarized in 100 words. The most important point should not be left out. So today we have completed the specimen paper 3 reading comprehension. So 2 and 3 we have completed. First is already done for you in the textbook, and in the next classes we will be going for some proposal writing and other writings. So I am giving you for homework the next reading comprehensions in specimen paper. Here page number 73 and 90 you find different reading comprehension passages. Okay, in specimen paper 4 and 5, page number 73 and 90 you find comprehension passages, and that will be homework for you. So thank you very much.